We have Jeopardy versus Strat game, and the most exciting buff for the Lizardmen for me was all the Stegodon buffs, and we're about to see the most overpowered one ever. No, I do hope he does well, but this is the first time of seeing the Lord I most wanted to try. It's the Red Crested Skink Chief on a Stegodon mount. So essentially you just get a buffed up Stegodon, 36, 32 melee stats, and now he's in the trees, so he takes terrain debuff. But then with Warrior's Crest, you can give him massive buffs and Colossal Strike, even more massive buffs. So you can become an anti-large, dueling, high-stat monster. Supporting him is a Skink Priest of Heavens with Chain Lightning for some reason. I don't know why we're taking Chain Lightning. I suppose it did get buffed, so maybe he's just trying to buff things. And then Burning Alignment for that Solar Dino. Then a Rev Crystal to heal up the two big dinosaurs, Red Crested Skink Frontline backed up with some Feral Cold Ones, some Skink Skirmishers, and some Saurus Spears. So pretty elite Lizardmen build, all things considered. On the other side, for the Tomb Kings, 4 Skeleton Horse Archers, Chosen the Gods who shop to Great Boat ROR, nerfed Settra the Imperishable on his cat, with nerfed Usurian's Incantation of Vengeance. Frontline of Skeleton Warriors, backed up with Skeleton Spears, some melee Ushapti, 4 Archers, including the Blessed Legion of Flach, with their armor-sundering arrows. Okay. Skirmishers of the Tomb Kings falling back after trading with Skink cohorts. Their javelins dissuading that trade. As you can see, one of the Skeleton Horse Archers down to half HP. Archers now starting to fire up and over into the Skinks. Bronze shields are bronze shields, but still, the Skink's not going to love all this Archer fire. As the javelins get free shots on the Chosen of the Gods for a second. Chosen of the Gods trying to shoot the Saurus before they get into the bump and grind, where they are so skillful. First of the Engine of the Gods shots coming out. And this is not this patch, but a couple patches ago it got buffs where it moves a lot faster, so way less easy to dodge. The Skeleton Warriors get entirely deleted, and then the Engine of the Gods goes through a bunch of other Tomb Kings units and gets a bunch of little extra mini poke afterwards, but still a 600 cast there from the Skink Priest of Heavens. Chain Lightning onto the back line. Blessed Legion of Flach taking a good amount of damage from that spell, but now we'll see if it does any more past that point. It's still getting good damage on those skeletons, so half HP off them for the start here. Red Crested Skink Chief just gets through the front line, and then he's going to start to path straight towards the Ushapti Great Bows, who are firing up and over into the Skink Priest of Heavens. Then goes that Stegodon with some Feral Cold One support, Colossal Strike, Opal Amulet, and Warrior's Crest. My boy is tanky now, 72-56 for melee stats, and that is with 16 bonus versus large from Colossal Strike. So if he's fighting a large target, he has 88 melee attack. He's just going to pile into some Horse Archers, pile into some regular Archers, and dare anyone to stop him. Speaking of anyone, where is Settra at? Settra's helping to get rid of some Skink cohorts, and he's trying to fight the Healing Crystal before he goes and deals with the Red Crested Skink Chief, though. I also think he doesn't really win the fight against the Red Crested Skink Chief anyway, especially not if the Red Crested's buffs are up. So Settra is just kind of walking at the Rev Crystal. There he gets a good shot off. Heal coming in for the Skink Priest of Heavens. Settra is left all alone. Usurian's Incantation of Vengeance out on the Red Crested Skinks. Lizardmen have a slight lead on the balance of power as the Tomb King's heal is coming out. I think that's their final one. It is tier 3, so we'll see an Ushapti summon in soon, but in comes a nasty Chain Lightning on a giant pile-up of enemy flags. There's not that many units actually in this area, but it was a lot of flags. So now the Blessed Legion and both Skeleton Horse Archers are starting to crumble a little bit. Just slowly. Ushapti summon, where are you? Looks like you're not out yet, because all 3 of these Ushapti are real. Wow, he's adding a 4th Ushapti onto a pile of Ushapti. Okay. Hopefully they end up on the other side so they can at least box the Lizardmen in. If they're just a part of more Ushapti fighting, it feels like a weird blob. Feral Cold One's going to rout any second now. There's the last of the Tomb King's Archers that are still healthy, trying to find places to sit and shoot. Still have a lot of Skeleton Spears poking around in the back line, but looks like an Engine of the Gods might take care of some of that. You can keep your eye on that blob fight over there, but I want to see the laser and if it goes through enough Skellies. So one Skelly's already pretty much dead. A full health one goes to half health, and another one loses about a third of theirs. Pretty brutal for the Tomb Kings to lose all those Skellingtons. Chosen the Gods getting taken out by the Red Crested Skink Chief. Not much they could do to resist the pressures of such a big boy. Settra and the Ushapti, on the other hand, getting much better damage onto the Skink Priest of Heavens. Got him down to about half HP, though he is getting a big heal from the Rev Crystal. Rev Crystal's also at about half HP, and it cannot use those heals on itself. We do have some red-crested skink support here for the big dinos for now, as the Tomb Kings have no infantry here. They just have Ushapti up on top of Ushapti on top of Ushapti. Plus Legion of Flach gonna crumble into nothing. Skeleton Archers getting messed up by a Chain Lightning. They're also gonna crumble into nothing, leaving us in reality with the Tomb Kings having one archer that could possibly survive. Oh, nope, there's another one hidden over here. So 2 archers left for the Tomb Kings in total. And there's a fraudulent Ushapti in here that just debuffed. So you have 1 full health Ushapti, 2 very wounded ones, and a full health Settra. Inside the Lizardmen. Court of Sotek very injured, so I won't really count them. Skink Priest of Heavens with half HP, a full health Skink Chief. Skink, yeah, Red Crest Skink Chief, and then Bastildon's pretty injured, down to 1/3 HP. Lizardmen don't have a lot of infantry left, as another Usirians threatens to take out the Court of Sotek. They did pop Refuse to Die for a little bit, but the main point is going to be the damage, and then even after your Refuse to Die wears off, you'll just, all your models will be at 1 HP, and then they'll die pretty quick. Usirians ticks them down to 200 HP. Settra's back in, again, just chasing down that Skink Priest of Heavens, trying to get rid of him once and for all, reduce the amount of dinosaurs on the map by, 1 out of 3. Rev Crystal's healing up the Skink Chief now, deciding that the Skink Priest of Heavens is on his own, thinks he's doomed, wants to just heal up his real winner, the Red Crested Skink Chief, for the late game fight with Settra. Fel Cold Ones charge in briefly. As a Chain Lightning goes nuts on top of the Ushapti's heads. Court of Sotek are in. Focus Instincts helps them out a little bit. But they really need their can't die thing for a second, because you can see they're just dying. Usirian's Incantation of Vengeance on them. Wow. Really wanted them dead. Dead they shall be. Red Crest Skinks are gone. There's not a lot of targets left for Usirian's Incantation of Vengeance, so I guess that makes sense. And he is trying to route that Skink Priest, so then Settra can just walk him off the map for free while Skeleton Warriors walk down. Skink Priest, everything's a Skink Priest now. Skink Skirmishers, sorry. There's so many Skink units in this game that I'm just kind of on autopilot where it's like, is it Red Crested, a Skirmisher, a Cohort, a Chief, or a Priest? Settra's gonna sniff this monster's butt as he tries to walk it off the battlefield. That'll take him a while. We still have some Skeleton Warriors trying to get in range to stop the Skink Chief, stop the Rev Crystal, and give the archers a couple more volleys, but Settra's gonna have to put on one hell of a dueling performance if he's gonna win this game. He can probably kill the Rev Crystal. I mean, he can for sure kill the Rev Crystal if no one else existed, but there is this full health Red Crested Skink Chief that is going to be a problem for Settra. Settra's dueling stats are not the best. No anti-large, 28 melee attack, 34 melee defense. That's honestly a tough matchup into the Red Crested Skink Chief at all, before you factor in all of his various buffs. Skink Priest shatters. Settra doesn't have to chase him anymore if he doesn't want to. And Archer's just getting a little bit of damage on the Skink Chief where they can, who gets another heal from the Rev Crystal. We do have some Ushapti, we do have some spears in the distance that Settra could try and regroup with. Bounce power is in the favor of the Tomb Kings just slightly, but I don't know. I don't know if anything on this map that's left can kill the Red Crested Skink Chief. It seems too hard. He's about to pop a ton of buffs. Yeah, here we go. Settra, do you get bodied by all of these buffs? Looks like probably. Every shot takes 600 HP off the top of the Imperishable. Oh, we're getting distracted. We're getting distracted. He's turning to fight the skeletons. Or is he? Or is he just turning his back on the cats? Tomb Kings. Not Tomb Kings. Sometimes Lizardmen models can do. Settra just lost 1,000 HP. That was brutal. All right. Feels like he maybe got double hit there. Triple hit. Quadruple hit. Another 400 is gone. Every time this King Chief actually focuses on him, he gets good damage out. And Settra instead is going to go peel towards the Rev Crystal, take out that healing, as the Skeleton Archers try and poke at the Skink Chief wherever they can. Spearmen trying to get back in range, Ushap trying to get back in range, but quick charge attack from the Skink Chief should get good damage onto Settra. Gets a little bit. And Settra is forced to charge away into Source Warriors who are trying to brace up, trying to form a wall. Does not help them too much. Settra immediately just takes them out. Another heal onto the Skink Chief. That's gotta be GG, right? Because now Settra can't even fight that thing while the rest of the stuff gets onto the still done Rev Crystal. Archers are still poking at it and stuff. I mean, Settra's just getting chased off into the wilderness. Syrian's Incantation of Vengeance out of other source to get rid of them. It's his only spell, so you might as well. That spell does not do any damage to single entities, so you can't use it on the Rev Crystal or the Chief, really. Rev Crystal gonna kill some archers so that no one can shoot at the Skink Priest, the Skink Chief, and they'll just have to fight him in melee. And Settra is trying to bait, so yeah, the Skink Chief has got to focus on getting over here and killing the infantry and forcing Settra into a fight in the late game. You can't chase him, he's too fast on the cat compared to you. I have a lot of positive things to say about Stegodons after their buffs, but speed is not one of them. Speed doesn't have to be one of them. Archers, as they have been, trying to sit in safety, trying to shoot at the Skink Chief on their own. Well, the Chief tries to bail out the Rev Crystal, just more for the sake of fighting something than actually wanting the Rev Crystal to stay alive. Can't get that many more heals. There's an Incantation of Vengeance on to the Skink Chief. You'll find the damage is underwhelming against a single entity. But the Stegodon does get a rear shot onto the cat mount of Settra, forcing him away. And another Rev Crystal heal, just in case the Rev Crystal couldn't hold on to it for much longer and like delay until the Skink Chief actually needs it, because it's gonna rout soon. As it sits in spears and Ushabti. Skeleton Warriors and the Ushabti are fading away of their own volition. We still have archers, we still have spears here. Settra is just outgunned though. The Skink Chief makes his way through the skeletons to go find the cat. If you can get one or two more hits onto Settra, that'll probably be GG. There is one hit. Does he get another before Settra gets back to safety? He does get another one, and it is GG because I'm a genius. Almost got rid of that Rev Crystal, but you had a full health Skink Chief Stegodon to deal with, so I don't think those couple attacks mattered that much. Both of the Stegodon mounts got a ton of value. Honestly, they got most of the value in the whole game. Like, the rest of these guys didn't really do too much. For strat game, Settra got more value than either of the Stegodon mounts, but not more than both of them. Archers, mixed value. Skeleton Horse Archers struggled a bit. Melee Ushabti did fine. Chosen Gods did okay. GG's.
Subscribe, yes, yes.